For everybody watching this on live stream, 2 samosa और 1 limca, सबको 2 तो ये होता है basically. Just to shut things up, I'm Kunal Kamra. I'm your first act for tonight, and we're going to talk about investments, not the boring ones, the bad investments, basically. So I'm going to start by saying that as people, we belong to this culture that we have to invest ourselves into doing something, which might not be the right thing to do, but we still have to do it. We like overcompensating. We do. Like the other day, I was at the bus stop, and there was this blind guy next to me. And there's this dude who just came and made him cross the road. I'm like, did you even ask where he's going? Like, just because a guy is blind, that does not mean he wants to cross the road. Like, just because you want to feel good about yourself, don't screw his plans. He was going somewhere. So much stupid investments. You go to a fancy place, whether it's a mall or a hotel, there'll be a fancy loo. The loo is so swanky, it has a Jaguar. Like, not the car, I'm just saying. Just for the Punjabis, I have to make them feed it in. They're like Jaguar bath fittings and all of that. So much money being spent on the loo. But when you see the commode, there's always hair on it. Yeah, wherever you go, guys, there's hair on the commode. Whether it's PVR loo, whether it's like Taj loo. And I think there's this one guy who's doing this. There's one guy on the mission. He's like, मैं सब जगह बाल छोड़ के आऊँगा. I think he's sitting at every commode in the city and going like, she loves me, she loves me not, she loves me, she loves me not. Ouch. So let's talk about like brands also make stupid investments. Like I was thinking the other day that I read the story about a lady who bought Fair and Lovely in Pakistan. Firstly, why? And then she started beating the shopkeeper because she opened the pack, and of course they read right to left, and she was like, "ये cream लगाने से गोरी लड़की काली होती है. What is this? What is this shit?" You know, but talking about, I'll give you normal people in the room. Give me a chair. Now Punjabis, give me a chair. See, the Punjabis are not normal. Like I'll tell you why. If a normal person wins a lottery, he'll do something nice with it. He'll educate his family, he'll buy some property, he'll buy shares. But if a Punjabi person wins a 1 crore lottery, he'll take a 40 lakh rupee loan over that and buy a car. Maza rana bro, dekhna. Automatic hai, windows bhi. Like. But Punjabis, like I have one of this friend, he's like that. He bought a car, of course with his dad's money. And then he's put a button in his car. Like this button. For 50,000, a button in your car. Like this, the car starts. 50,000. Is this too much for you guys? Like, are you going to be stuck at the highway? I don't know which way this shit goes, bro. But thank God. Only Punjabis do this. He's put lights under his car. Who does that? Lights under the car. What are you trying to do? Create a nightclub for rats? Is that part of the agenda? We're going to talk about stupidity that exists all over. But firstly, let's start from my life. I went to an SSC medium school for national people. It's state board schools, basically. People who went to state board schools, give me a cheer, yes? Of course, these are all HDFC employees, by the way. Talking about bad investments. So state board schools, we just did stuff without knowing why we're doing it. State board schools, I used to just look out of the bus and call out to people. I don't know why. I used to just look out of the bus and be like, Uncle, 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 hey, dekhna, uncle, 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 hey, uncle, uncle. Finally, when I got his attention, I was just like, Auntie kaisi hai? State board schools, man. Like chicks in my school had no idea about this one thing called English. They just... I was 15, I was romantic. I went up to this chick and I was like, may I have the pleasure to dance with you? She's like, pleasure kuch nahi dungi, naachna hai to naach. She didn't understand. And when I was in school, there was one kid who was by mistake in that school because his parents got rich after he got into school. So they took care of everything else but this thing. And he used to talk about, I'm gonna go study abroad and shit like that. And all the kids in my school were like, मुंह से मूंगफली टूटती नहीं है, पीछे से अखरोट तोड़ेगा क्या? That's what happens in an SSC medium school. But the depth in that line, मुंह से मूंगफली टूटती नहीं है, पीछे से अखरोट तोड़ेगा क्या? Only an SSC medium school kid could have done this. This sounds like a Javed Saab poem, you know. Like Javed Saab after a few drinks is like, अच्छा यार ये अच्छा है, कविता अच्छी लग रही है, लिख लेते हैं. You know, any fans of Bollywood, give me a cheer. Yes! Of course. What do you guys like about Bollywood? Salman Khan. No, that's wrong, but... Bollywood has this thing. It's called background scores. They're just made to make you think. They don't serve any real purpose. Like in a Karan Johar movie, it's a 100 crore movie. Shah Rukh Khan's combing his hair in the start. The background score starts. Everything is fine, everybody's happy. In the end, Shah Rukh gets directed with cancer. The same background score starts slower. I'm like, यार 100 crore की पिक्चर है, लोगों ने पैसे भरे हैं, थोड़ी तो इज्जत कर उनकी यार, 2 ट्यून तो बना दे. And in earlier movies, the songs and all सब खुल के गाते थे यार. अभी restrict हो गया सब कुछ. In earlier movies in Lagan, Amir was like, ये धरती अपनी है. अभी नहीं कर सकते वो because DLF बोलेगा ये हमारा plot है sir. 8,400 plus square feet. Parking alag. Like, you can't do that now. Like Bollywood songs now are just like, the tunes are just stupid. Earlier there was Gupt. That tune had a purpose. Have you seen Gupt? I have seen Gupt. But when that tune starts, I'm looking for the killer again. I'm like, कौन है यार? किसने किया ये खून? That tune can do things. It's a you look for things you lost 10 years back. I'm like, Dadaji kahan hai yaar? Where's my grandfather? It's amazing. Talking about stupidity, you know, in Bollywood, no, we spend so much money on heroes. So much money is invested into heroes. They do nothing. The women are doing all the work. You seen Rangila? See, that song. Tanha, see, he knows, of course. उसके टाइम का गाना है. तभी मैं कॉलेज में था, पिक्चर देखी थी. उर्मिला क्या नाची यार, मतलब धमाल मचा दिया. That song. Urmila is out in the sun on a beach dancing. Tanha, tanha, yahan. Jackie Shroff खाली इसको ताड़ रहा है ऐसे. Pose बदल के. Like Urmila is putting the effort and shaking her hip. He's like, tanha. Jackie's just like, he's uncomfortable on the rocks. He's like, उसको ही मालूम ना एंडिंग में इसको लेके तो आमिर जाएगा. मेरे को पैसे भी नहीं मिले सही. तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पर? Bollywood movies are the only movies where if your name is Kapoor or Khurana, you have to wear a suit. It's mandatory. You have to. Even if you're at home. You'll open, दूध वाला है, ठीक है मैं सूट में जाऊंगा यार, कपड़े आयरन करो, मैं सूट में जाऊंगा. I don't think सियाराम्स का ओनर भी घर पे सूट पहनता है. But if you're Kapoor or Khurana, fuck it, suit. Sorry, duck it, it's a corporate show. So moving on, I want to talk about like in terms of stupid investments, there's one thing that comes to my mind and I cannot not talk about it. It's America. The stupidest investors of all time are Americans. They went to the moon. It's far. It's very far. I don't know anybody who's gone to the moon. The first thing they did, American flag. Who's there to check your flag out? I don't know anybody who goes to the moon. American flag. That's how people get upset. Just imagine Osama during Ramzan wants to break his fast. He looks at the moon. What is that? You know, and people in Afghanistan, they celebrated 9/11, yeah? Not because what they did. It's just somebody from Afghanistan flew a plane. So they were like, oh, this calls for a celebration. But coming back to Bollywood does a lot of stupidity. It does a lot of stupidity in terms of just plain. Like if there's a bank in a Bollywood movie, there's got to be a robbery. Like nothing normal will happen. Your loan won't get rejected. Your passbook does not need to be updated. If you're a Bollywood hero and you have entered this bank, you'll rob it. Kaate, dhoom, bank, robbery. Okay, cool. Why on the weekday? Why in the day? Who are these thieves? चल ना भाई संडे बैंक लुटते हैं. नहीं यार संडे नहीं यार, बीवी को मॉल लेके जाना है यार. अच्छा रात को करे रात को. नहीं यार रात को भी नहीं यार. सुबह उठना है, कपालभाति करनी है, बच्चों को स्कूल छोड़ना है. Here's a thief who wants to enjoy his life. Who is he? A politician? What is this? What is this? Corporate political satires don't work here or what? But talking about wrong investments again. We as people, we invest our money. Like I bought a laptop. You know, I bought a laptop. I'll give you human behavior. When you lose something, you feel sad. Only till you meet that person who's lost something bigger. The other day, I lost my laptop in a rickshaw while going to work. But then, I met my friend who lost his grandfather. So I was fine. And as people, the things that we've been doing, we invest so much effort in analyzing other people's lives. So much effort invested. Like, if somebody drinks, we'll put the effort to analyze why he drinks. Dude, he doesn't get along with his father. And then, you know, he went to a cheap school. And then he failed his MBA. That's why he drinks. Maybe he likes alcohol. Is there a chance? Possible. If somebody drinks, he must like alcohol. See a girl with short skirts? They start analyzing why she's wearing it. Dude, she wants to prove a point to society. She wants to tell her ex-boyfriend that her legs are fine. She wants every girl in the city to get inspired. I'm just like, maybe it was on sale. Have you? Thank you guys, that's my time. I'm going to get your next guy on. Yes, are you guys nice and warmed up? You have to show him a lot of love. Let's do this together. Mr. Azeem Banatwalla.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, rather. Let's have round of applause for Kunal Kamra once again. Yes. Fantastic. Lovely to be here. Lovely to be a part of Stand Up on Twitter. It's fantastic. We're live streaming this comedy for everyone to watch. Hi, people on Twitter. What's up? It's great. We're talking about investments. And I think one of the biggest things that people invest in these days is mobile phones. Yeah. Sir, do you have a mobile phone? Which phone do you use? Nexus 5, good 5-inch device in your pants, makes sense, very good. Makes sense. But a lot of people, they use their phones for strange things, right? Instant messaging, all of us use WhatsApp, BBM, yeah, of course. Yeah. And we use emoticons. What is the point of these why do we have to add an emoticon to the end of every sentence? Do we not realize how stupid this is? Have you ever had an actual conversation with someone where you go up and say, hey man, I heard what you did? When has this happened? And some people aren't happy to send you one emoticon. No, it'll be too simple. They'll send you 50 at the same time. You're looking at your phone, abhi tak to WhatsApp tha, ye Candy Crush ka ban gaya. What is going on? But people love to buy expensive phones. They invest their money into buying like iPhones, 60, 70,000 rupees. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have these Chinese phones that cost like 4,000 rupees. Like, see, there is a BlackBerry knockoff called Black Cherry. I am not making this up. There is an iPhone knockoff called O Phone. There is a Samsung knockoff called Micromax. And now even they have a phone that costs 20,000 rupees. And this one of these new canvas phones or whatever it is, one of those phones, it has a feature called blow to unlock. It's clearly the Sunny Leone edition or something. Weird stuff people do. But I always ask people, why do you want an expensive phone? And they say, I'm playing games on my phone. Games. I'm like, what games? All smartphone games are exactly the same. There is one guy who is running. For no reason. Like even Milkha Singh is looking at him going to chill, just relax. Just bit. Moch aa jayegi. There's a game, Temple Run. Guy is running, monkeys are chasing him, jumping over mountains, waterfalls. I had no idea getting out of Siddhi Vinayak is so difficult, man. But when it comes to phones, I think we have all this one phone that we've used in our life. Let's have a round of applause for the Nokia 1100. Yeah? What a phone. We've all used it. What a great phone. You throw it around, you feed it to your dog, it still works. You know, these days you want new features on a phone, you have to wait for a software update. On a Nokia 1100, you want new features, you just drop it. You pick it up, new colors on the screen, it's amazing. I know if you drop an iPhone to repair it, you have to pay 5,000 rupees. If you drop a Nokia 1100 to repair it, you just drop it again. That's how it works. But as a kid, I always wanted to make money, and I used to think that the best way to make money is to go on KBC. How many of us at some point in our lives have watched KBC? Kaun Banega Crorepati? Give me a round of applause, yeah? Used to be such a great show when it started 10 years ago, because back then, like, a crore was a lot of money, right? These days, it's nothing. Like, you win 1 crore, you win the biggest game show in television, you can afford a house in Bhayandar. Like, it's terrible. It's nothing. And it's very depressing these days when you're watching KBC, because every episode you see the story of this old man, you know, who has to do horrible things to support his family because like his son didn't amount to anything. And that's just Amitabh Bachchan. Like the actual contestant's life is even more depressing. Right? They get their own black and white documentaries, you know, like 3 people are holding back Amir Khan so he doesn't start doing Satyamev Jayate in the middle of the episode. It's terrible. But you've got to hand it to Amitabh Bachchan. Like, he knows how to market himself, right? He was the brand ambassador for Gujarat Tourism. You guys have seen the Gujarat Tourism ads, yeah? Yeah, it's very awesome. It's so poetic. They have him because essentially it's a man from UP telling you to go and mess up another state. And he comes on the screen, he's like, come, breathe in a bit of Gujarat. You're like, how? Like, what is the procedure exactly? Like, what do? Snort a dhokla. It's like, Saras! Yes! Do we have any Gujaratis in the crowd? Any Gujaratis? Make some noise? Nobody? Okay, let's make fun of them then. You know what? I love Gujaratis. Because the whole world makes fun of them. And they do nothing about it. You can't do that with other sections of society. You can't do that. If you make fun of a Maharashtrian, he'll send you back to UP. Make fun of a North Indian, he'll vote you out of roadies. I'm a Muslim, you make fun of me, I'll fly a plane into your house. But if you make fun of Gujaratis, they just laugh and say, Are Amito evache. We are like that only. All the people in Gujarat are like losing their shit over this on the live stream. It's great. But it's fantastic. We're very fascinated, very invested in Bollywood as well. And I think we make a huge deal out of things that have absolutely no consequence. Like for the last couple of years, we've been having this thing of Salman and Shah Rukh, right? Salman and Shah Rukh hugging. And newspaper headlines. And the newspaper headline is always, Salman hugs Shah Rukh at Baba Siddiqui's iftar party. And most people who read this headline had one question to ask, which is, who the hell is Baba Siddiqui? Who is he? Kahan se paida kiya isko? And I don't understand why we make such a big deal about this, because this is a story, Salman and Shah Rukh. This is a story of 2 people who hugged and smiled. That's all they did. Now here's the thing, you're laughing a lot, sir. Here's the thing, people with mutual dislike for each other, they hug and smile all the time. They're called women. All the women here, by the way, know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you all have done this at the door. Like, Sheila, come here. I love what you're wearing. Oh my God, Sheila. Come here, let us hug. Mwah, mwah. You look gorgeous. The moment she walks away, I hate her. It's true, right? But coming back to Salman and Shah Rukh, you have to look at the kind of media coverage we gave this story. I was watching a YouTube clip. 15-minute YouTube clip of just Salman and Shah Rukh hugging from different angles. That's all it is. The guy's excited. Salman, Shah Rukh, aage se kare, piche se kare, side se kare. What is going on? I have seen National Geographic wildlife documentaries that are less detailed than this. I think that's what we need for next year. We get the National Geographic voiceover guy to describe the series of events. The Salman approaches its prey. It is the month of Ramzan and the Salman has not eaten all day. The Salman extends its arms and shares body heat with the Shahrukh. The Shahrukh is surprised and starts vibrating. The Salman then utters a mating call and says, "Gale lagale warna bachcho pe gaadi chala dunga." But speaking of Salman Khan, let's talk about driving. Makes no sense. But it's great. We need to really invest a lot in our roads. I think we do. But we do invest a lot in our police who try to keep us safe by organizing nakabandis, which is just the most pointless thing in the world. Like there are 3 guys just standing watching cars go by because all terrorists in the world sit at the window seat with the bomb like, "Hey, please take it. We have it." So pointless. I mean, if you want to invest your money, like invest it in filling potholes, right? We need to do that because I think India and Bombay specifically, it's the only place where along with memorizing directions, you also have to memorize the potholes. Like, and galti say if the BMC decides to fill one pothole, like you start wondering, am I going the right way? Like, it's terrible. But it's great, man, driving in Bombay, it's great. A lot of people that say there are no rules to traffic. I disagree, there are rules. It's just that every single person has a different set of them. Like, some people firmly believe you must attempt suicide on the road every 2 minutes. They are called pizza delivery boys. Some people believe that you must only drive after doing 3 lines of cocaine. They're called Innova drivers. Some people believe you must put neon lights under a Maruti 800. They're Punjabis, that Kunal just told you. But we have rush hour traffic as well in our metropolitan cities, rush hour traffic, which is intense. And a lot of people think they can beat the system of rush hour traffic. They say rush hour is at 6, but I will leave at 5. And in this way, I will avoid rush hour traffic. What they don't realize is that a million other people have the exact same idea. And that's just in Sakinaka. But it's terrible driving in Bombay. Eventually, you will get into a fight with someone. I got into a fight the other day. It was very intense. I got out of the car, pissed off. He was out of the car, pissed off. And we dealt with the situation like true Bombay men. Like true Bombay men. We rolled up our sleeves. We cracked our knuckles. And we took out our cell phones to call someone else to do the fighting. Because that's a very intrinsic thing that we have, right? Because in Bombay especially, we have this concept of the bhai. Like anything goes down, like, "Bhai, scene ho gaya, aa jao na, bhai, bhai." We have the concept of the bhai. And in North India, they have that line, "Tu janta hai mera baap kaun hai." Bombay, nobody uses it. Because we know, yaar, baap koi bhi ho, apne gaon mein bhai kaam aata hai. You are searching for the wrong relative, my friend. And these bhais also, they're just so jobless, right? Like, just do something with your career. Like, solving accidents is their career. I think they should invest in like a bhai hotline, right? You can just call them like, "Assalamu alaikum. 786 dial bhai mein aapka swagat hai. अगर छोटा मोटा सीन हो गया ले रहा है तो 1 दबाओ. अगर गाड़ी की वाट लग के ले रही है तो 2 दबाओ. हमारे एक्सटेंडेड सर्विसेज के बारे में जानकारी के लिए डायल कीजिए AK47. अगर आपका नाम संजय दत्त है तो सॉरी, रॉन्ग नंबर." But I'm a big fan of, thank you, one person. I'm a big fan of sport as well. Do we have any cricket fans? Cricket fans, make some noise, yeah? Big fan of cricket. I used to be a very big fan of cricket, but I got very disillusioned after a point because of this entire spot fixing scandal we had, right? To this day, it blows my mind that people paid Shrikant to bowl badly. He's been doing it for free all his life. Like, even the actual deal, according to the reports, was that he was supposed to give away 10 runs in 1 over. He gave away 14, just in case. Must have been so frustrating for the bookies who were trying to call him. Like, "Hi, Shrikant, we need you to give away 10 runs in 1 over, 10. "No, Shrikant, I'm not messing with you." "What, you can do 14? Hold 1 second, hold. Yaar, ye Munaf ka number nahi lag raha hai kya? Acha, Munaf ke paas phone hi nahi. Okay, sorry. Maybe he should invest in one. No, but of course, when it comes to cricket, we have our living legend of cricket, which is Sachin Tendulkar. All the Sachin fans make some noise. Yeah, we're big fans. But I think sometimes we take our fanaticism for Sachin a little too far. Because I met one of my friends the other day. He was very excited. Like, "Bro, Sachin is God. He's God, Bhagwan." I'm like, hold on. all that is fine, but I don't think he would make a very good god. Because let's be honest, he doesn't really have the voice for it. Like Amitabh Bachchan would be a fantastic god, right? Deep, soulful voice. I am God. Breathe in a bit of Gujarat. There's conviction in that voice. You hear his voice, you want to go to Gujarat. Even though it's Gujarat. But Sachin, on the other hand, is very Mickey Mouse kind of like, hi, I'm God. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi. Like, voice played very well, but I'm God. Hi. It's like, you can't pray to a God like that. Can you imagine you're praying to God, saying, God, Sachin, I need money. And then the clouds part and Sachin emerges from the sky saying, yeah, visa power, go get it. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is my time. You guys have been super, super fun. Of course, we're running a hashtag called Stand Up on Twitter. For all the people watching, you can hashtag tag us on the tweets, send us your tweets in, and we'll reply to them, video record replies, and send them just for you because we care so much about you. And ladies and gentlemen, keep the applause going for your next comedian. Make some noise, make some noise. Bring it up for Karunesh Talwar.
Wow, this stand has a mind of its own. We were asked to talk about investments. So basically, I took a bunch of jokes I already have and tried to make them about investments so that I don't have to make much of an effort myself. But yeah, what blows my mind is in this country, we're obsessed with making stupid investments. Like, people spend money, so much money is spent on just delivering the news to you. And in spite of that, we have India TV. India TV is terrible on the best of days. Like when the God particle was discovered, I was like, yes, this is a victory for science over misguided belief. Yes. I switch on India TV and there's this guy who goes, "Kya God particle hai Durga Mata ke dandruff ka dana?" ये लोग अलग ही ट्रिप पे हैं यार लाइफ में. I swear, if you have a minute today, just go home, go to YouTube, and type the words India TV 2611 Taj pigeons. Now, there is no reason why that search should make sense, but it does. You will find an India TV reporter standing outside the Taj 3 days after 2611, pointing his camera at a flock of pigeons, going, "देखिए इन कबूतरों को. ताज के बाहर ये कबूतर कितने मायूस लग रहे हैं. ये पूछ रहे हैं क्या हुआ मेरी मुंबई को. हमने कबूतरों से पूछा, कबूतरों ने कहा फुर्र फुर्र. और हमारे संवाददाता के कंधे पे हक के उड़ गए." You know, it blows my mind how there are some people who work so hard in their lives and yet they don't ever amount to anything monetarily. They don't manage to make a lot of money. And yet there are some people that don't do shit and they have everything. Like people like Abhishek Bachchan. Someone just went, oh, like, in the middle of this. Why does Abhishek's name affect you on such a deeply personal level? Like, what happened to you that you need to make noises? Like your body involuntary, it has to like react to Abhishek Bachchan. What other names are there that arouse you? Abhishek Bachchan, this guy is in the news for some reason. He hasn't accomplished anything. But I'll open my newspaper and I'll see Abhishek Bachchan learns how to drive rickshaw for Dhoom 3. अगर अमिताभ बाप नहीं होता तो बहुत पहले सीखना पड़ता. I'm just saying. You know, and like ये जो scam है ना कि कुछ नहीं करो फिर भी बहुत सारे पैसे कमाओ. ये Bollywood में नया नहीं है. This has been going on forever. Like, I don't understand why Devanand is considered a legend. I'll be honest with you. That guy never acted, okay? He vibrated for a living. The only time he was ever still was when there was a goddamn earthquake. Because the motion balanced each other out. That's the only thing. But everybody was like, "Kya mast hilta hai yaar. 90 saal se hil hi raha hai yaar. Legend hai, legend." Bole to matlab. Amazing. You know, that's the thing. Like, so much money is spent abroad on making films on such a lavish scale where you have such an experience that you can enjoy. But Indians decide to mess with that experience for you. I was in a theater recently, I was watching a war movie. Now, if there is a war, people will smoke a lot of cigarettes. That happens in a war. And every time somebody smoked a cigarette in the film, there was a warning that said, cigarette smoking is injurious to health. And I'm like, it's a war movie. That cigarette is the safest thing on screen right now. That cigarette is like green tea when you compare it to tanks and bullets. What is wrong with you, dude? What are you talking about? You know, but I was talking about people who don't work very hard at all and who get everything that they possibly can desire. So it's imperative that I speak about Rahul Gandhi for a bit. See, I'm not pro Modi at all, okay? But I don't blame Indians for voting for Modi simply because Rahul Gandhi exists. I swear, like this guy, when Narendra Modi was being sworn in, at the ceremony, they played the national anthem. Rahul Gandhi whipped out his phone and opened up Shazam. He was just like, "Bhari mast catchy gaana hai ye songs not PK pe milega kya? Yo yo jana gana mast hai ye, sunne ka mere ko." The older people here are absolutely confused. What is this Shazam? Ye kya hota hai? Sir, there is this thing called a smartphone. I'll explain later after the show. It's damn popular. It's almost as popular as CID if you're looking for a point of reference. Yeah. But yeah, it's bizarre the kind of things that Rahul Gandhi does. This guy talks like he doesn't know that the rest of the country is listening. It's like he's singing in the shower. I swear, last time we had terrorist attacks in this city, he went out in front of people and he said, "We cannot stop all terrorist attacks. We can only stop 99%. See, that's a good statistic if you're a Vim bar. बर्तनों से निकाले 99% तक कीटाणु is okay, but these are terrorists, dude. What are you talking about? What is wrong with you, man? You know, and there are just some people who are incredibly lucky in life. They have no brains, they have no talent. They just somehow get discovered at whatever useless thing they do and they earn a lot of money. Like Chetan Bhagat. This guy is India's #1 best-selling author. In his latest literary masterpiece, he wrote the words, "Deti hai to de, varna kat le." I swear, somewhere J.K. Rowling is looking at this going, "Oh shit, I knew that is what Ron should have told Hermione. I missed the trick. Ye Chetan mein talent hai, ye aage jayega, main bol rahi hu." You know, and this guy doesn't know when to shut his mouth. Chetan Bhagat has no idea. Anytime something bad happens, Chetan Bhagat has an opinion on it. I swear, I was on Twitter. I saw this tweet by Chetan Bhagat a year and a half ago, okay? I'm not making this up. He says, "First Arushi Talwar, then Nirbhaya. Both my fans. Breaks my heart." To which I replied, "First your mom, then your dad. Both had sex. Breaks my heart." There is a classic example of a person who should never have been born. But you know, like, I have a confession to make, all right? Now, this is not something I'm proud of. And this is something of a disability. It's always been there in my life. I'm Punjabi. Yes, laugh at my weakness. I'm trying to be modest about it here. I'm trying to I get it, guys. We suck. I get it. I know Mika is our representative. I know, it's sad. The situation is not good. Punjabi people don't know what to do with their money. They only ever get rich by accident. No Punjabi person gets rich because of talent. It's always गलती से हो गया यार. नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू के पास भी गलती से पैसे, बस हंसने के पैसे मिल रहे हैं उसे. 20 रुपए फेंक दो उसके मुंह पे कहीं पर भी हंसने आ जाता है यार. हद होती है किसी चीज की, मतलब. This is such a scam. He gets paid to do what you are paying to do right now. Can you imagine the enormity of what a scam this is? It's bizarre. Like, every Punjabi celebrity, none of them is a normal human being. Right from Manmohan, who won't say anything, to Sidhu, who won't ever shut up. Like, they're two ends of the same spectrum. Like, they suck. Like, the only time I've ever felt bad for a Punjabi celebrity is when Yuvraj Singh, poor guy, he got diagnosed with lung cancer a couple of years ago. You know, somebody's laughing at that. Like, this is a sad, poignant moment in this set, and somebody's going, "Cancer hua usko." But seriously, Yuvraj Singh, diagnosed with lung cancer. I was feeling bad for him. I went to his Twitter page, and I'm looking at his tweets, and they're all in capital letters. And I'm like, कोई बात नहीं, बीमार है, caps lock on छोड़ दिया होगा उसने, होता है. But he's just saying things like, "Punjab Tiger champion will be back." It's like he hired Sunny Deol to write for him. "Son of soil will return!" Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, one, exclamation mark. Older people, again, confused. Guys, there is this thing called the internet. I will explain afterwards. That's also damn popular. It's almost as popular as art, if you're looking for a point of reference. But seriously, look at those tweets. I think that is why Yuvraj Singh got cured. Because he was so Punjabi. He was so annoying that cancer left him. They were like, screw this dude, let's go find Steve Jobs. कम से कम पढ़ा लिखा तो है यार, कौन है ये बेवकूफ? क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग अपने time के साथ? You know, and Punjabi is like another example of a Punjabi that just got rich by accident. For no special talent of his own is Yo-Yo Honey Singh. And Yo-Yo Honey Singh gets a bad name for a lot of things, and it's understandable. Because see, you can blame him for being a misogynist. You can blame him for single-handedly lowering the standards musically of an entire generation. Most importantly, you can blame him for being an adult human being who willingly put 2 goddamn yos in his name. Which was honey to begin with. What is wrong with you? Have some shame, dude. People are looking, like, you know. Thodi sharam hoti hai yaar. But you know, I'm 23 and I really enjoy doing this job because it allows me to travel a lot. And you know, when I travel, sometimes like I'll get put up in varying degrees of hotel rooms. Now, the really bad hotel rooms, I'm okay with them. It's the really good ones that piss me off. Because I'm like, you've spent so much money to make this gorgeous hotel, make this amazing room, okay? But you decided that it's okay for the wall of the bathroom to be made up entirely of glass so that anybody can see whatever is happening in there at any given time. This is some weird 2 girls, 1 cup nonsense. You can totally see whatever is happening in there. And I was offended by this. I went to the receptionist. I said, why are you doing this? And she said, sir, honeymoon suite hai. And I was like, I didn't know that's what happens after marriage. Does anybody know about this? Did my parents do this? I'm suddenly making calls home. I'm like, what is this information that I'm getting? If this is the case, then why doesn't this come up at weddings? Why doesn't the Pandit look at you and say, "Aap kanne ka khayal rakhenge?" Of course. Izzat karenge? Sawal. Pyar karenge? Of course, yaar. Tu tension mat le. Hagte hue dekhenge. Pagal ho gaya hai kya? Tu pagal hai kya? That's not what I signed up for, dude. Like, if it is common practice amongst people in love to engage in such activities, then why isn't this a part of famous love stories? Why wasn't this a part of Romeo and Juliet? Empty thy bowels that I may witness the feces of my paramour. I just kicked a water bottle. I don't suppose it matters. But if that was too much English, then I'll do one in Hindi as well. Why wasn't this a part of Mughal-e-Azam? You know, Salim, hum tumhe anarkali ki tatti kabhi nahi dekhne denge. अच्छा खासा दोपहर को बुलाया 3:30 बजे सबको ताकि मैं जोर से पृथ्वीराज कपूर की आवाज में टट्टी चिल्लाऊं. This is hilarious. You know, a lot of times people are always looking for a way to get your money. That's all that people are trying to do. And they will use any means to accomplish that. They will use God. Like beggars are like the number one, they are the people that utilize God most in their transactions. Like I met this beggar once, he's like, Upar wale ke naam pe de de baba. Upar wala tera bhala karega. I'm like, bro, usne tera bhala to kiya nahi. How did he make you the authority on my future? तुम 1 रुपया दोगे तो वो 10,000 देगा. अरे तो तू मुझे 1 रुपया देना है यार. तुझे 10,000 की ज्यादा जरूरत है यार. तेरे भले के लिए बोल रहा. भगवान को बोल बैंक करके देंगे तेरे को. चिंता क्यों कर रहा है तू? That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you watching the live stream, you can ask us questions with the hashtag #StandUp on Twitter. Tweet them to the HDFC Life account, and we will answer them as soon as we can. And to everybody here, thank you so much for coming. That brings us to the end of the set. Thank you, and I hope you had a good time.
ladies and gentlemen, that was Azeem Banatwalla, Kunal Kamra, and Karunesh Talwar. Please give them a big hand. And if any of you in the house or out there on YouTube and Twitter want to ask them questions, they're still with us for the next hour. Shoot in your questions, and you'll find that we'll be giving you Twitter responses with YouTube videos in a few minutes after you ask them. These guys can answer your questions directly, so keep them coming in. Thanks.
Hello. Check. Hello. Hey.